And by the way, while I'm on this subject, any man who is down there in Latin America is collateral damage. If you're some American who's down there passport broing and you get hit by a Black Hawk depleted uranium round right in the fucking dome, you deserve it. Because those girls look like fucking housemaids, bruv. Anyone who says Latinas is hot is poor. If you have real money, you have a Russian or a Ukrainian. If you have real money, you're pimping in Dubai. But when you're broke on $3,000 a month, you go down to Colombia and go, the women are so feminine here. She hasn't even got a fucking pedicure. She's got flat feet, bruv. Flat feet and fucking flip-flops on. She looks like my housemaid. I hired 5 of those little motherfuckers to clean my penthouse in Dubai. Latin girls, this fucking session with Latinas. I go to Nicaragua to get my girls. You're a fat. Latinas aren't hot. The only hot Latinas that exist are already in Miami. Therefore, any man who's down there trying to fuck these ogres is also collateral damage. Send the Blackhawks. Kill any man who's obsessed with Latinas. Anyone who's in the way of our bullets deserves it. Uncle Sam's bullets. Don't get in our way. Give us your fucking oil. Fuck Papacito. Fuck international law. Fuck all of it. Venezuela's now ours. It belongs to the Trump family. We're going to build a big Trump tower. We're going to take all the fucking oil.
Andrew Tate's video is an example of when you become desperate. This when you got your head beat in and then now you're speaking incoherent dribble even more than what you did before. This is the fall off of this dude. So he's grasping at straws to try to figure out what he can say to get on the good graces or get in the good graces of the Trump regime. But it's not going to work. We know what happens, what the government do when you play halfway with them and then the other half you want to do what you want to do. They're going to make an example of Trump when he's finally out of office. That's exactly what they're going to do. And he's trying to get on their good graces, say, I'm saying this about them and BS. It's not going to work. Look at what he was accused of. Forcing women to make some erotic content by these other nations. And he's upset about that. So he's going to target people in South America and Central America and say the most horrible, horrific things about them. Miami, they're struggling. All of the women need the next trick to focus on them so that way they can continue their lip injections and so forth. And every country has an upper class, every country. Just like America, we have a place like a Detroit or Memphis or any of these other parts of the United States of America that are not doing so well. And I'm not going to press record on my video just to down them to uplift another group of individuals. I'm not going to do that like him. To say that women they're gorged because they live in a certain environment or place is a bunch of nonsense. This is why I say he just spout off and don't have any concrete points that he's made throughout the years. Of course, a broken clock is right twice a day. We all know this. And sometimes he might hit on points that do make sense that he got from RIP to like a Kevin Samuels or anything like that. So he went on this tirade about let's take over. Now, it can be sarcasm involved in that. I'm not going to say it's not. It could be. But when you start targeting Americans and saying because you're going to another country, he said Americans. He said these passport bros Americans. He didn't say American men. He didn't say United States of American men. He said Americans are down there passport broing it. If they get hit with a Black Hawk round, they deserve it. People like him that champion death, they celebrate it, they make a mockery of it, and it's not a good thing, right? But again, look what he was charged with. Look how he was isolated from the internet. His popularity is dwindling day by day, month after month. And he wants to say something to be relevant again, right? And he know this controversy, saying the most egregious things about Passport Bros is going to get him somewhere in this small sector of the internet. But it's not going to work. No one wants to hear that outdated stuff you spew. No one except the men that have hate in their heart, that have anger, that have revenge. They stick to your dating advice and all a bunch of nonsense, to your website promoting people that aren't validated as a whole. So to those people that get bothered by what he's saying, you're wasting your time. He's a nobody. His time has come where he's not that popular anymore. They removed or blacked him out on the internet. So he has to resort to this. Guys go overseas, women go overseas to do what they do, right? But guys go overseas and they big up what's good to some of those guys. They do have revenge in their heart. They do have, but it's not as a whole. I don't hate no American woman. I don't despise them. I don't say these women are better. I say you get a different response depending on the places you go. And let's use his logic, right? He's saying that the women are better. He used the Latinas, the cleanest house in Dubai and all of that stuff. We know this isn't true. In most African nations, the women are forced to stay in places like Dubai because they'll take their passports and won't give it back and force them to be under labor, illegal labor, classless labor. You're forcing them to be modern slaves because you take their passport so they can't leave a place like Dubai. And if he have all of the money in the world, all of the money that he say he has, he touts about that he has so much money. Well, aren't those women poor that you're dealing with in the same fashion that Passport Bros go overseas and they deal with women who are impoverished, in your opinion? The women in Miami don't have as much money as you do if you have all of those millions. And whoever you decide to talk to in other nations, they don't have so you're talking to poor women in the same fashion that these everyday working men that you claim they're going overseas to deal with women who are gorged. You guys gotta look at this from a different value. You can't get in your feelings. He's the modern example of someone who's grasping at straws to be relevant. Everything he's saying is just, I guess that guy beat the sense out of him in that ring. That's why his eye is still black. That's why he still has that knot under his eye. So, you guys can listen to this. Keep going overseas. Keep finding your solace because everyday life, anywhere, where you just work all day, you want to find somewhere that there's peace. And if that's you going overseas, not to take advantage, not to disrespect their laws or that nation, but to find peace. Not to do anything illegal, but to find peace. Not like doing something illegal like what Andrew Tate has been accused of. Accused. You haven't been accused of nothing. You work every day, you take your money, and you go to where you think there's peace or you feel legitimate peace. So don't listen to somebody like him.